on. A little rough start trying to get out of the driveway there. Some people like to roll fast and furious. Today we're heading out to Independence Parkway to go feed those horses that we saw last time. I actually have some carrots with me. Some good old fresh picked green top carrots. Whole bundle of them. All right. Make an adjustment to the seat. This is the end of the Labor Day weekend. It's been a nice 3 days. Really just relaxed. Kristen and I went and saw a movie today. Oh. Called Reagan, movie about Ronald Reagan, his whole life and times, played by Dennis Quaid. It was really good. Probably one of the better movies I've seen, especially a biography type. Not sure what that yell is about. This is the part where it's best for me to get up on the sidewalk. Eventually I need to cross the street. This road is called Cartwright. We're a little south and west of Houston. Very packed urban area though. On the way back, we may go through the La Quinta golf course again. They got it back up and running. But there was a couple Karens out last night, and I didn't have my camera on. And I thought it might be fun to see if they're still mad at me. They're mad at me because I didn't use the bell on my bike. They thought I was being a little unsafe. It's like I told y'all though, man, I don't get it. These people just have it in for people on bikes. That light turned green way faster than I thought it would. Fortunately, that was going pretty quick. get up on this sidewalk. And now when the time's right, I can cut over easier. Ooh, I might be able to go that way. Let me think about that. Yeah, I think I could. Let me go look at that. I might take that little cut. Get over to Independence Park easier that way. Nah, you know what it is? I'm gonna go check it out, but I don't think I can go. So, and it's been raining. I had one wipe out from the rain. We'll see if we can't get over there. Dogs on patrol. Keeping things secure. Yeah, I think this is going to work out for me. Nice. Nice little shortcut to Independence Park. I prefer to be off-road because this isn't off-road, this is on track. But it's just traffic, and people are difficult. This is a lot more peaceful. So it's the end of the Labor Day weekend, and the Hells Angels have not showed up in Aurora, Colorado yet. You know, I did a video dedicated to that, and man, compared to my other videos, it did really, really well. I mean, you gotta understand, like my videos like this one, if it hits 50 views, like that's a lot. Some of my videos get 1 or 2 views. I'm fine with that. Like I said, I do this for kind of archiving my runs. You know, some people get an app and they keep track of the path, and how fast they went on the path, and all that stuff. I'm not really that. I mean, I used it. I thought it was pretty cool, but I wasn't exactly blown away by it. You know, like, oh, next time I'm going to try to make it 1 minute faster. But that's not really my thing. My thing is just get out and be active. You know, whatever that entails. And I'm not trying to race myself. Because that's what you end up doing on those apps. You just kind of race yourself. Certainly nothing wrong with that. It's just not really exciting to me. I just like to explore a little bit, ride around. And so I record it with these videos. And I think that's going to be cool because I have videos on there from 10 years ago. And now I'm going to have, 10 years from now, I'll have these videos. And I just think that'd be cool to look back on this time in my life. Hello. Born and raised in Galveston County. Spent most of my life in Texas City, Texas, although I graduated from Aurora. And I was married for 26 years. And we got divorced. And then I remarried. And there's just nothing good about a marriage ending after 26 years. Right? There's no way for me to spin it and tell some story. It was terrible. I could go into details and try to make it look a certain way or whatever, but I'm just telling you there's just nothing good about it. And I met Kristen at the tail end of my divorce. I say met, I should say reconnected. We were childhood friends. We went to Roosevelt Wilson Blocker together. And we lived 1 block down, 2 blocks over from each other. And we were friends, like, we both remember talking to each other, like saying hello or whatever, but it wasn't some big time friendship or anything. But I can tell you this. I remember being about 19, 20 years old, and at that age when you start thinking about girls more than probably, differently than when you were younger. And, because some of your friends end up in these serious relationships and start wanting somebody to hang out with. So I remember kind of going on my search, so to speak. Trying to find the right one. And, just getting to know people and different groups. And I worked a lot, went to school a lot. Where I went to school was all guys, like pipe fitters. There was a couple women there, but they weren't the kind of girls you wanted to date. It's kind of like dating out. Well, I'm not going to talk about it. Just trust me when I say that it's not really the type you want to date. But I'm talking about in the late 80s. It's probably different now. There's probably some hard-working young women in the trades that are very respectable. But I remember being out with my friends. And I don't know how things were in your town. Who was listening to this, but in Southeast Texas, circa 1985. We would get in our cars and drive up and down the main drag in town. And we'd have 2 turnaround points. And everybody would be parked out in those turnaround points. And it would see and be seen. And sometimes that would lead to fights. And sometimes that would lead to parties. And sometimes that would lead to getting in a car with somebody else than what you ride with. A lot of times it was after football games. It was really good times. It really was. But I remember thinking, I wish I could find some of my friends from Texas City. And this is before Facebook and all that. Like, you just had that on. And, man, was that cop talking to me? Let's see if I can find our horse here. Oh, yeah. Hey there. How you doing? Y'all come here. Look what I got. Come here. Look here. Look what I brought you. Come on. Look. Hey there. Y'all want some carrots? Look here. There you go. Try those out. Try those out. There we go. You gonna check them out? All right. Now y'all gotta share them, right? All right. All right, that's all I had. Oh, I got one right here, Phil. Let me get it for you. Hold on. Oh, what happened there? There you go. All right. Okay, carrots are a big hit. See y'all later. I think I'm gonna turn around, take my shortcut back. See you later. next time they'll be a little bit more open to coming up to me. I should have filmed that. I should have took the camera off the bike and made y'all a little bit more part of that. I'll do that next time. I mean, I just imagine being a horse standing there, not really getting a lot of diverse food, you know. Then all of a sudden somebody shows up with some carrots. It's like, man. Yeah, now that I know my little shortcut, that's a good little destination. Yeah, so I don't see any evidence of the Hells Angels showing up in Aurora. I mean, lots of people are talking about it. And a lot of guys that, you know, look like they could, you know, have knowledge of that subculture are putting videos on YouTube claiming that it's happening, but I don't see any like real proof of it happening. So I'm not sure what to make of it, other than I think it's a big hoax, big TikTok hoax. But you know, if something really happens, we'll see. I think there may be Venezuelan gangs operating, and they may have done a little limited extortion play. But I just think if it would have been extensive, it would have escalated. And I just don't see any proof of it. So I'm saying my call on it being a hoax, I think I was accurate. I could also get on that part of the parkway and ride all the way around. But with all the rain, I'm just going to give it a rest. Hello. There's some boating action down there today. I'll ride down there and show y'all some people fishing. It's a motorboat too. This is day 2 of riding the bike. I didn't charge it overnight because I'm trying to take better care of the battery. It's at 60%. Oh, they got that trail all blocked off. Let me scout out this way a little bit. No, I don't see a good entry point. So I'll go to the trailhead up here. Next video I put out a little bit earlier today is about the condo real estate situation in South Florida, which really is kind of mirrored by a few communities along the way, like Orange Beach, Galveston, South Padre. A lot of condos built out 40, 50, 30 years ago, so pretty good little span there. But you know, I'm talking about ones built out in the late 60s, throughout the 70s, and the 80s. And they went into operation and formed HOAs, and in the midst of forming these HOAs, they're supposed to maintain the property. And they did somewhat, like they mowed the yard and, you know, they put a little paint here and there, but for the most part, they deferred maintenance. And this has been all up and down the Gulf Coast. And let me tell you something, the Gulf Coast is a harsh environment. That's salt air blowing on your stuff 24/7. I think I might cut through this little neighborhood. So it's really harsh on buildings and bulkheads and reinforced steel beams and things like that. And so what happens is, in order to do the real maintenance, like reinforcing a bulkhead after it washes out and stuff, it's big, expensive civil and mechanical and structural engineering jobs, and the HOA is built up of the homeowners, right? So, I mean, there's a board and all that, but if all the homeowners say, no, we're not doing it, you ain't doing it. And so a lot of maintenance gets deferred. Call it kicking the can, so to speak, kicking it down the road. And, saying, well, we'll do it next year. And then next year comes along and they kick the can down the road again. And they just keep doing that until one day it gets to a state of maintenance that it can't be denied. It has to be done. And some of this stuff has to do with like the supports that hold the building up. And that's what happened in that one town in Florida where a condo collapse killed 98 people. You kill 98 people, you get the attention of government, because they're supposed to be here, with municipal codes, making sure that our communities are safe. Because left up to financial entities, they will not be safe. And so these cats all up and down the coast have been just, not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And it's a very real story for me, because we had a condo right on the Gulf, right on the water. Beautiful. Second floor condo. You just couldn't believe. And the HOA was expensive enough. Insurance, taxes, all that. Of course, I had it rented out. But the special assessments from the HOA to repair stuff that had to be repaired just ate my lunch. Right, to the point where we were losing money every month on it. I say losing money. I'm talking about on the rent play. Right? Equity-wise, it still can make sense. It's not some huge amount, but you're gaining in equity, right? And so if you can ride that out in a typical real estate play, it can turn into a good play for you. But when your complex is basically deferred maintenance for a very long time, there's a point where it doesn't make sense. And so I sold and got out, and right after I sold, the bulkhead collapsed. And now there's some monster special assessment going to be assessed. I dodged that bullet. But we're wanting to, possibly look at another one, maybe on Galveston Island. And we've got to the point where we really don't want to look at any that are too old because of this maintenance issue. We want to look at one that's modern, well built, and being well maintained. But that can be a very expensive operation. And so a lot of people are getting in these situations where their investments don't make sense, and the investments themselves are dwindling because they don't make sense. And that means property values for these condos are declining. That means, it's hard to get out of them. It's hard to resell. And that's happening all up and down the Gulf Coast, but in South Florida, there's just a massive amount of condos that were built in the 70s and 80s. and maintenance tickets are coming due. They've been putting off maintenance for a long time, and now it's time to fix them up because those 98 people died, and now they've passed legislation that says no matter what, this work has to be done. And if the HOA declines to do it, they're going to condemn the places, tear them down, because the real estate is worth a lot to new developers to start this whole game back up again, rebuild out all the condos, and make their millions, and people can do well for decades, but then eventually they're going to start tearing down. And so it's a game of hot potato. Who's holding the bag at the very end? Because you might be the one that completely loses your investment. This is the La Quinta golf course. It was damaged heavily in the storm, but it was also slated for some reconstruction prior to the storm. So I think they took care of the repairs just to get it back on, and then they're going to do the restoration, maybe. I honestly took this route because yesterday I took this route while I was on the phone with somebody, and I ran into some Karens, and it was actually hilarious. They were getting on to me for not using my bike bell. So I just wondered if I see them again. Hello. I tend to defer to anybody, like whether golfers or pedestrians. I get out of their way. If they're swinging a club, I'll stop and wait for them to finish the play. That's why it cracks me up when somebody gets upset with me. I'm like, man, I'm the guy that watches out for everybody. Conscientious bike rider, I should say. Somewhat. But I'm telling you, these golf course Karens, it doesn't matter what you do. Your mere presence is more than they can take. think I'll head on back. This is a pretty long ride. $40 in, that's not too bad. Just hit 49% on my battery. Uh-oh, no outlet. Well, folks, it appears that once again, old Steve's lost. Book of the time. Pretty sure I can take this. I have to come back and go there, but oh yeah, we're good. This way. Okay. I'll eventually learn my way around my whole neighborhood. I lived here 4 years. Going 20 miles an hour, 21 miles an hour right now. I'm in gear 7, pedal assist 4. So obviously I could go a lot faster if I geared up and pedal assist up and just pumped harder. But 20 miles an hour is fine to me. This is really an easy pace. Got up to 22 miles an hour there. Felt a little bit of burn, which I'm trying to get some exercise. So. Okay. Thanks for checking in, everybody.